Danielle here from the Teaching Entrepreneur Association, and in this video I want to talk to you about how to create videos, or should I say video clips, to use in your teaching, because I've had a lot of people asking me that because they are so great to do, and once they're done you just keep rolling them out. I mean, it's brilliant. Once they're done, they're done. And also, if you're into editing them, you know, you can change and tweak them a little bit. So I find videos and video clips are brilliant. I mean, they're brilliant for differentiation because you can add, you know, you can do the same video, but perhaps use a bit more jargon or make it a little bit more difficult, and more difficult still, add extra bits in to stretch and to challenge your students. So I actually really love creating videos. And I'll be honest with you, I was rubbish at first. Probably I'm still not brilliant. But what I do is I try to do them, or I started off doing them with my smartphone. I've got a little iPhone, and that's all I had. And I used that to create the videos. So what I'm going to say to you is you don't need loads of fancy equipment. You really don't. All you need is a smartphone. And I sometimes use, you know, they come with the little hearing piece and the microphone that comes on the end. I use that as well, because I found that if I was a little bit too far away, the audio wasn't that brilliant. So what I wanted to do was to share with you how, or give you a couple of tips on how to do that. And there is more, because I've got my 10 top tips, if you like, to creating your videos with a smartphone. So if you want that, click on the link below this video and you'll get it. So what is the first thing? The first thing is that you've got to practice. I know it's like anything else, riding a bike, it's learning to swim, anything else. You've got to practice at it. Practice, 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 because the more you do it, the better it'll be. So what I say to you is go out there and start just filming, perhaps in your garden or when you're out and about or whatever. Obviously be mindful of other people, but just practice it. And if you're going to perhaps show your hands doing something, you know, it might be that you're teaching sewing or something like that, or a craft. Just video your hands. How can I do that, Danielle, if I've got the camera in my hand? Just pop it up on a book. That's what I did at the beginning. I just had, a pile of books. I just laid them out and I propped the camera up on the books. Kept it steady. A bit later on, I invested in a tripod. They're not that expensive, but they're really useful because I'm using a tripod today, and it just keeps things in place. So my first top tip is to practice, 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 and practice some more. And you'll soon get the hang of it. You'll soon get to see, whether things are working out and what positions are better and all that kind of thing. And the other thing is this, there's what's called a rule of thirds, where you cut the screen into 9 squares, basically, the third, and third that way, third, just one way, thirds. So think of a box with a grid on it, and you've got to get 9 squares. And it's about what you put in each of those squares, so that people are either to one side like this. That's what the best thing is, a bit of a gap here. Put that up. Right, like that. So it's a rule of thirds. So where you stand, whether it looks better this side, whether it looks better in the front, whether it looks better at the other side, whether you should be further down or higher up, whatever it might be. But they do say that the rule of thirds is better, and there's much more information about the rule of thirds in the handout. As you can see, I don't always follow it, but I try to make it the best that I can. Don't beat yourself up if you think, well, actually that's not really very good. It's not about whether the video is very good. What it's about, or the aesthetics of the video, it's about whether you can get your message across. That's what's important. You're not Steven Spielberg here. You're trying to help and support your students. So that's the second thing. So the third tip that I've got for you is about your camera. It's something really simple, but it makes such a difference. When you're watching a video that perhaps has been on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever, and there's black lines down the side of the video. The way to get rid of those, normally, it's because when you're videoing, you're actually videoing what we call portrait. So doing a portrait of somebody. So you're doing it portrait. But if you turn the camera landscape like this, so thinking of it as a landscape painting, if you like, if you do that, what happens is it fills up the screen. So I wouldn't say it always works, but 9 times out of 10, whenever you're filming, I suggest that you film with your camera like this, landscape, not portrait. So yeah, always do it this way. It's also you get a better film as well, better picture than you do. And also, if there's things in there that you're not happy about, you can just like crop a little bit off it. So, don't worry too much about it. Okay, so as I said, there's loads and loads more tips. My top, I think I've got 10 tips for you to help you and support you when you're filming your making your video clips with an iPhone. I just leave you with, don't think you need to buy loads of stuff, because you really don't. You really don't. To make an average quality video, and remember, it's about what's in it. It's not about audience settings. Okay, I hope that was useful. Don't forget, if you want the handout, click on the link below and I'll send it to you. Okay, see you next time.